think it will be. I think honestly, you are going to.
Do you believe in the practice of Lobola, and would you stay if your hubby doesn't believe in it?
Or wife.
Or wife?
Ooh, why is he being broke though? If you can't pay Lobola, like what's gonna happen in the marriage? Yes, my father must not exploit you and say, come with 100,000. That's like pushing numbers, but then you gotta pay Lobola, guys.
Will I stay with him if he doesn't believe in it? It's tricky.
So what? You stay in the relationship, no marriage. You just carry on dating until. Exactly.
Until he gets the money.
Peace.
I think I'd be open-minded to staying with him, but I think the parents is the problem, you know, because you have to keep the culture. And
how are you going to convince your parents that he has no
that's a problem, you know? That's a problem.
I don't think African men are running away from African women because of Lobola.
I think this is other things.
Not just that, but I think honestly, how can you run when you've grown up with that culture? Your parents have taught you about that culture. You understand the culture. I feel like when you say run away, it's kind of like now running away from a responsibility, your heritage, something that is a part of you.
Believe in the practice, then like and be getting to know each other, and you don't believe in the practice, I think that we shouldn't even date. Yeah. Because that conversation hasn't been
Have you had the conversation though for you to know?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
After the conversation. So the conversation is one of the first things you're gonna have before, because you guys are gonna date for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, yeah, she just paid Lobola. I don't believe in Lobola.
I find Lobola to be redundant. To be honest, I'm not
redundant.
Yeah.
You're gonna say bye.
No. I believe that the conversation must happen before. If you know that you're getting to that point of marriage or you're becoming serious, you're going to have this conversation. He needs to know. He needs to be interested in how your culture works, and if vice versa. I mean, and if
what if he's just not interested, but he's just interested in you, but not interested in the culture?
So you know,
I don't understand that your culture comes with you as well, but
interested in me, but you're not interested in my culture.
Personally speaking, yeah, the union of two families and everything. It's not really that I'm in love with your family. I'm in love with you.
Exactly, and I come with my family.
I do want to, of course, accommodate myself with your family.
Exactly.
I want us to have peace.
Yes.
You know, and by being peace is obviously respecting.
There's certain things that
exactly. I started with you and everything. It's not because of your culture. It's
but the thing is, if you're
you know what I mean? It's not like, wow,
where you're actually going to see yourself together, Lobola is like marriage, you know? So if you're going to see yourself together, obviously you're going to have to start considering me. You take me whole, not part. Exactly.
So why does that
You
take
my
me
culture.
and my culture that doesn't accommodate for Lobola?
No, you're
trying to do something that should be a compromise.
So what is halfway?
Consider, like
I don't believe in Lobola, but you do.
But then
you want to meet each other halfway. What is halfway?
Okay, so then I'll do a practice that is in your culture, and you do a practice from my culture, something like that. You know, you obviously negotiate it. You're not just gonna be like, okay, you know what I'm saying.
But honestly, if you love this person, if this Lobola thing is something that is so important to their family, you're gonna compromise.
Yeah.
You have to compromise.
And my culture is a part of you. I mean, like, your culture is a part of the person that you're dating. I mean, I don't want to date your ass and then you're like, I don't believe in the practice. And then now, what I'm saying, I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm gonna date until when? Because at some point I want to get married, and part of me getting married means you need to pay Lobola. So you saying you don't believe in it means when I go to my dad and I say, Papa, sister, whatever, my boyfriend packs, only white wedding night, what the fuck? Because you besides me, you pay. Because I'm not married myself. I mean, if you can't afford to pay the symbol, what's gonna happen when we're married? Like, I think you need to get married when you're financially stable, and if we're not, it's not worth it, because what happens in the marriage, like. And I think it also works.
But it's a real concern, guys. Put yourself in the female's position, right? No. Because whenever you have an answer one day, and then someone comes up and is like, no, I'm not going to pay Lobola. You'll be like, nigga, what?
I think your character is a more thing. Like, I don't think that you being able to pay money justifies you'll actually be a good suit for my daughter. It doesn't. You're saying you being able to money. is the biggest factor in whether or not you're able to look after my daughter.
We're not, but the thing is like we're not basing
But
it
that's
on
what
money.
you're saying.
What I'm saying it's
Because the fact that you won't compromise on money, the symbol that you give money.
symbolizes, thank you. Lobola symbolizes two family coming together, unity.
Lobola is not, they're not asking you 30 million or whatever. You know, I think you guys just fear. The problem with guys, they fear that what they're going to ask them. I don't think it's a matter of, I don't want to compromise or whatever. They fear that this family is going to ask me this and this and this. It's not that. I think Lobola is, it's a symbol.
Yeah.
It's not that they're going to ask you your whole life or whatever. And as a parent that loves their children, you know what you're going to ask. You know, if the guy is really struggling, but you can see that this guy has shame. This guy is going somewhere. I mean, you will also, as a parent, you will also compromise if you had dreams of your child getting married to somebody who's going to pay 10 million rand for Lobola. I think the problem is we don't really understand what Lobola is. Lobola is a symbol.
No, I think some people are waiting for Lobola so that they can get that Versace suit, bro. Like, that money.
I'm not going to say names, but
girl, look at this. She's not talking about me. That ain't me. I ain't about that.
But then the way people, I mean, I've heard people asking for TVs.
That's why you get into a totally
if your dad
against
puts
it.
a TV on that, listen, you don't
Get
see
out of
anything,
here.
you're a problem.
It symbolizes the union
The
of
union of two families.
But I think
If it's a union of two families, why is one girl not paying Lobola for me?
How much do you think you're worth?
Me? There's no number.
Wait, but guys,
You'd be lucky to have me, to be quite honest. That says a lot for it. Baby girl, I see you. You probably gonna watch this. No, you're not, so,
You're crazy.
I'm just saying.
but guys, in the Ethiopian culture, I've got a friend who's Ethiopian. The woman actually pays the Lobola for the guy. But I think personally, first of all, me personally, I ain't scared of them. Mama ain't raised no. In terms of Lobola, I agree with you. I totally agree. I think for me personally, you first have to understand what Lobola is. Because a lot of people come through and they're like, nah, I don't believe in Lobola. I'm not gonna pay Lobola. Everybody trying to rob me. Everybody trying to take my money or whatever. But they don't really understand what Lobola actually means, and that's where the problems come. There are a few guys who are running away from Lobola who are just like, nah, I'm out, bruh, because I need to save that Jamgur, that cash moolah. Yeah, nah. But it's sad.
But I don't think it's the majority. I don't think that's the main reason why they marry outside of culture.
Yeah.
I think it is a possibility.
Which one of you guys don't believe in Lobola?
Yeah.
Just raise your hand.
You don't believe in it.
And then explain why.
I have a question. What if you're vegetarian?
What?
What does that have to do with anything?
No, what is why is it that you're doing what you're doing with regards to Lobola?
Because you're
And
then let's go deeper. What do you do when
you're saying parents should have family.
Some people don't slaughter.
Some people don't
slaughter.
slaughter. And like nowadays, they don't actually bring the actual cow to your house. They bring the symbol, like the mounds. So if the cows are going for 10,000 in the market, and your
So
family
it's all
was
about the
fine.
money for you then.
Don't twist the word.
Define what you mean, bro. What now? Are you talking about?
So I'm from Angola, and in my family, I'm not saying everyone in Angola, they do this, but in my family we do things differently. So the bride usually writes down a list of the things that she wants, and her family, what the family wants as well, and she gives it to the groom side of the family, you know, and if there are things missing, like for example the suits, and if there's a shirt missing from the suits, you know, or if they shoes, socks, for us that's kind of considered disrespectful, so there's like a meeting, and then you have to pay like extra. The groom side of the family has to pay extra because, you know, it's just to say sorry for disrespecting your family in a way. But I'm not saying that that's how every African family or every Angolan family does it, but that's how our cookie crumbles back home in my family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see, if anything that sounds more current, look, not to sound ignorant or anything, no, you know, but the general consensus, and I'd like to think everyone would agree, is it always has to deal with some form of an animal, you know, the slaughtering. Anything about the border, yeah, that's what I'm thinking straight.
You think of the cow?
Hence why I ask. Imagine if you're vegetarian. The guy being a vegetarian, yes, he'll be folding for you for 6-7 months, however long it's taking. But listen, I can't do this thing.
But he doesn't. The guy doesn't. He doesn't get the stuff that.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't get anything from the Lobola actually.
Yeah.
But he's not the one doing the thing. So like think about why people are vegetarians. Think about it.
Sure.
They don't
But it goes to the family.
It goes to the
Whatever
family.
you bring in as the guy.
But you're saying
Listen to him.
Let him
to
explain.
compromise what he believes in. You know, this whole thing of straying away from the killing of animals to go and.
You know, his family, they find with that. Is his whole family vegetarian?
Let's
No, he is. Yes, but he's not. Remember, Lobola, the guy is not the one. If you the family of the girl is the one that if you bring in the Lobola to her family.
Yeah.
They're the one who get the Lobola, the family, the mom, the dad, whatever. Not the girl herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't get anything from it.
That's why I say you have to understand what Lobola means to you as a person.
Yeah.
To answer your question, first of all, I'll sit down and have a conversation with her. I believe in Lobola because for me, what Lobola means is saying thank you to the family that raised the women. It's like your uncles and aunts and Malume Bobcat who was your neighbor helped, however he helped, if he helped with the lunchbox or whatever, whoever helped raise you. I want to be like, you know what? I'm so in love with this girl. She's so incredible. I love her, and I want to say thank you. This is how I want to say thank you, and that's what the meaning of Lobola is to me. So personally, it doesn't necessarily have to do with cows. It doesn't have cows is because where we grew up, for them what they loved was cows. So I'm gonna give you what you love, and that's what they had. So in a way, I can't say thank you to you and give you a gift that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you a gift that you want, and you wanted cows. That's what you're happy with. So if that's what you want, if it doesn't clash with my beliefs, if I don't mind having. You know, it's not necessarily about the slaughter. It's about if it clashes, then I'm gonna give you something else.
Hold on,
if it clashes, then I'm gonna give you something else to say thank you.
But hold on. That's a misunderstanding also. I feel like you're almost drifting if it doesn't clash. Because at the end of the day, when we're paying Lobola, we're paying respect to the family that raised, right?
Yeah.
So if we're paying respect to the family that raised, I'm compromising everything that I believe in to pay respect to the other person. So that's one. And second of all, when we used to give the cows doesn't stay with the family. That's why the family gives us a list. Because that's a gift for the parents. And once you give that gift for the parent, that cow goes to the cousin. And the cousin uses that to pay the Lobola of another woman that is married. So the whole concept of Lobola is wealth within a community.
But you see,
so it's basically enriching not only the woman at which that you're marrying,
What
but
culture is
also
that?
that's African culture as a whole, actually, all of it. It's completely general. That's why here in South Africa the uncle gets it because when his son gets married, it's those same cows that are going to be.
So that's slaughter, we just shared.
Okay, so now the slaughtering part comes in, especially with us. The slaughtering only happens when, let's say for example, you're marrying a virgin. And if you're marrying a virgin, they give the mother a white goat and then they slaughter the goat. And in South African culture, based on what I understand, and I stand to be corrected obviously, you slaughter the cow, basically the cow is for the celebration, or you slaughter the cow if you're paying basically damages. If you haven't married the girl and then she's not that's what I believe.
But then, Greta, that's why I think, like, for example, you vegetarian, you probably think, oh my gosh, these Africans, they're like killing animals. You know, I think it's essential that you actually discuss and you make that person understand what Lobola is about. You're not just killing animals because you automatically think Lobola, cow's gonna die. And then for a vegetarian, that's human, that's animal cruelty, which is not the case. As you just heard Greta explain what it is, and I think that if you're going to be in a relationship with someone and they don't believe, your partner doesn't believe in Lobola, you need to sit down with them and be like, yo, listen, I'm feeling you, but if you take them through the process of what Lobola is, and if they're still not with it, they're still not rocking with you after that, then you leave. Don't be wasting each other's time.
Oh, so
like,
you're gonna leave,
you
would leave because your man or your potential husband is not okay with the idea of Lobola. Because they were not raised in, or did not have that oral tradition where Lobola is
I think every single bone in me would try and like make him work for it. Because I feel like it's just, if I get married and no one pays Lobola for me, it's disrespect on my family. And we've already established that you are paying respect to my family.
Actually looking at this from a very modern perspective, whereas Lobola is not really a modern thing, right? It's something very ancestral. If you think about it, the reason why men pay Lobola is because you're although it's wrong, buying off women after Lobola is paid, I'm yours.
Yeah.
You know, I'm no longer of my culture,
coming in
I'm
and
of
taking
yours.
you from your
Basically.
home.
So that's why we tell you gotta like compromise for that moment because that's the last part of it. You know.
But it only makes sense. You come
There
into my
are different
family.
cultures in Africa that the women do pay for
Yeah.
lobola. And there are others where, okay, so I'm from Tanzania, the man still does come, but it's very similar to Angola where there's a list, and it's not a list of random things.
Yeah.
If there's an uncle or an aunt or a grandmother or grandfather that needs a suit to come to your wedding, they have to be clothed.
Look, if I'm going to be inviting my uncles and aunts, they need to be able to be clothed and they don't have a suit. That can be something on the list. As an example.
No, that's not a thing. How many uncles and
Nah,
aunts
I understand.
Next thing
I
they'll be telling me
understand
because I'm from Congo. Oh, I got an aunt in Congo. She needs to come and pay for it.
Yeah, it
stay
needs to
home.
be
You
a
can't
beautiful thing.
stay
Can't
home.
have you coming with
Leave
your jeans
those
and your
grown
shirt
family
and a
members
vest
home.
to my wedding? Nah.
You know, in some cases, yes. In our culture, they still do give an animal. Sometimes it's live, sometimes they really cut it. That is a conversation that I need to have with them and say, I understand. And that's a conversation that, as a grown and mature girl, I can say to my parents, my man does not believe in the slaughtering of animals, whichever animal it may be. But I love him and he's willing to do the other part. There's giving of beer, there's giving of other things. So there's other things that he can be incorporated in where at least I don't feel that I'm going to lose him in the process. It's a process. It's not just you wake up today and you say I want to marry you. No, you can't, because at the end of the day, we're going through it together. There's things that I have to do, there's things that you have to do. And the day I get to the altar in front of God, I've done all of that. I've appeased, unfortunately, our ancestors. Our ancestors need to know that it is well. You know? So we can't stand in front of God and not know that it is well. There is a combination, unfortunately, of both culture and Christianity that has to play when it comes to the word. It's a process, and it's a process because you love me, you want to be with me. That's the effort and the work that you have to put in.
So with Lobola, I understand and fine, going through that process and now obviously appeasing and respecting the family. After that compromise submission from my side as the guy, after we are then married, you will completely submit.
Completely.
What do you
So you guys said the guy will compromise and she said it very basically, you're buying the woman, but we know it's not. So after that's now been done, I have now shown my respect to your family, I have compromised on the animals, all that stuff. After that, does the woman then completely fall as under the man forever till
it goes back to what you believe in. Like in Christianity, the woman has to submit to the man.
But that doesn't mean that the woman is less.
I think
in the relationship.
I think what that means is that the family will have less of her family will have less of a say on how the relationship happens thereafter because that's like a cutting.
You pay the money. So what does this family have more of a say?
He's no.
Personally, for myself, I want to be married in a church with my pastor in front, with everybody there. Ain't nobody missing my wedding, right? And then from there, because I've also gone through premarital counseling, which is the Christianity way of doing things and the way of what I believe as a Lutheran, then it says there clearly. One, yes, as wives we must submit to our husbands, but it does not say to the point that we become downtrodden and however, it also says that we must be the neck and must turn that head.
Like it. I'm pro.
I like it.
Cool. Look at me as a man, I would pay the baller. Why? Because it's a cultural thing. It's a way for your society, for your community to accept the marriage, everyone in your culture. Except it's for you. It's not for me. It's for my. Hey, look at the It's for my community. It's for my family. It's for the people around them. For them to accept the marriage. You know. Now, the thing that comes with because Lobola is a very cultural thing. The thing that's very prominent in African culture is that it's misogynistic.
Yes.
Lobola is a very misogynistic practice. So if you as a woman you like and you don't want to pay Lobola, or you don't agree, you don't need to pay Lobola, right? I will understand that. I don't think it's necessary. But if your family wants you to pay Lobola in terms of culture and your partner is okay with that, then do it. If not, it's up to you as well to basically either explain to your family how the culture is misogynistic and they have to actually see that you actually do have to compromise because as the world progresses, you are evolving as a society. We're becoming less misogynistic,
becoming more equal in terms of males and females. That's what we should move towards. But at the same time, the one thing that's bad about that is that the biggest threat to any culture is change. And it's very hard to change the thing of Lobola without offending the people who practice
But
it.
when you have mixing of cultures, whether it's by race or by just an Angolan marrying a Tanzanian or Angolan marrying a Congolese person, they have, I believe that there has been a progression and there has been a change. Because, for example, like you said, if somebody is vegetarian, if I love this person, or if I'm the female and I'm coming and you are very for Lobola, and I say, you know what, babe, my family's just gonna do whatever your family wants to do, our family, that's cool, but let's not kill any animals in this process, right? You always have to think about the other way around, remember? Because yes, from his side, you, like you said, you don't believe it because of all the things that it holds. But if I'm the, like you said, if you marry a Latina and she's like, I don't understand what you're doing in Congo.
But at some point, I feel like if we're together, we're doing this together, we're getting to a place where we're going to start a family and all these other things, there has to be those hard conversations we have to have. And if that hard conversation from you to me is, I can't afford right now, then that's a conversation I need to be able to maturely handle and go in and tell my family.
So from our point as the guys, if I want to marry you and I'm financially struggling,
You broke.
would you as a lady consider helping me out?
No.
What?
That sounds like a you problem.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. No, I'm not saying no because I don't love you and I don't want to get married to you. But if you're not ready to marry me, don't ask me to help you because I know the type of girl that I am. Like when we have an argument, I'm gonna be like, bitch, I'll help you pay for mine. You know what I mean?
Me gives you means to disrespect me.
It's not. I'm not saying it gives you means to disrespect you. I'm
You
saying
just said
what
that.
I'm saying.
You literally just said that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Okay, maybe I said that. Maybe I did say that.
If you're not ready for it, like talk to me and be like, baby, I'm not financially stable at the moment. Can we wait? Can we wait? You know, I'm going through this and this and this, and I'll stick with you.
But
I will.
yes,
stick
yes,
with
you
you.
prepared
But
to
I'm not, guys. If you're not
I get what she's saying. I get what
We
she's
can't
saying.
afford to pay Lobola, we can't afford to be married.
100%.
We can't afford to be married. Especially you.
Why is it all me? I'm not a team. Are we not getting married? Huh? Is it only you that's getting married?
We're not ready to be married. These are the first things I agree. Let's wait. Because next thing you know, we'll be the man, we'll be in the house together.
He's with us.
Wait, no.
So nothing I want to be in the house and like, baby, how about you ask your father if you can pay the courant this man?
Guys, what I want to say is,
Breathe,
It's not easy.
so fine. If I can't afford to marry you, we're not getting married. I totally agree with
We're
that
not getting
point.
married right now.
Maybe
now, yes.
right now we're not getting married. But I've noticed it in relationships. If we're going now to 4 years, 5 years, whatever, the woman's the one putting the pressure on. Let's get married because my family wants the ring. And
There's other stages, right? Maybe she's putting pressure for like engagement. But she's like, not like, I know you broke. I'm not gonna be like, bro, let's go get Lobola now, you know. But like, if she's putting pressure, it's probably be like, let's get engaged at least, like, you know, this relationship.
But 5 years. Why are you still struggling for 5 years? You're gonna marry me. Why are you struggling for 5 years? You need to also stand up.
And you know, cool, there's going to be Lobola, there's going to be a white wedding, we need to find a home. So like, I don't know why you're acting shocked now when you propose to me.
An example, but how for 5 years you're telling this woman I can't afford you now? You got to say, what are you doing in those years?
What if he's taking care of his family? Boom. Wait, hold on. Now the thing is, you're like, yeah, let's get married.
Okay.
I got a mom, I got a dad, I got 4 siblings.
No problem.
I got aunts and uncles, you see now. I'm the only one that's making the racks. I want to love you. No, wait. I love you, I want to marry you. You know what I'm saying? I want to marry you, I want to love you, I want to pay for Lobola. Now the problem is that I can't right now because my funds are so and so.
In that case, I love you and I need to understand. And when I don't understand the situation, you need to give me some grounding.
Let him finish. Let him land.
It's taking me 5 years to get my shit together with the shit that I'm handling. Excuse the language. Sorry, mom.
Right, so now it's taking me that long. So now, what's gonna happen now? Because now I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, hey, listen, I need to take care of this and I need to take care of that. Now, if I come to you, I'm like, listen, babe, I want to marry you. Right, now the only way I can marry you is if I send a letter to your home, your uncles, your family, they read the letter, they accept me, and they're like, listen, let's do negotiations, lobola, the whole thing. But now I cannot do that because now I physically cannot say, listen, here is what you are asking for. Can you not then say, listen, I see you, babe, and I want to love you and I want to marry you the same way you want to do for me? Will you not then help me?
Sure.
No.
I would.
Oh,
I would.
You wouldn't?
What you would?
Wow!
You would. And you would pay for it.
Not to say that you're paying for yourself. I'm not saying you're paying for yourself. I'm saying that, listen, I want us as a couple to move forward.
I would like help you find solutions to get you there.
No, okay.
I wouldn't pay for it because for myself it won't sit well with me. Because you're gonna get to a point where it can form part of resentment to you.
I would never admit it.
Wait, would you pay if you have the money?
If I really want to be with this guy, I like secretly.
That is love. That is love.
How about me saying, I understand your situation, I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Yeah, like helping you.
You're waiting 10 years.
No, listen,
Hold on, wait, you're waiting 5 years. Then it's 10 years, then you realize that your biological clock is ticking. You want to have kids, but you can't have kids because you need to get married before you get kids.
But then whoa,
wait, hold on, are you still going to keep waiting?
But
you have the money. You have the money in your account. And all your parents need to...
He was touched. He was really touched.
No.
Well, so what?
No.
In 3 years, you need to have a vision. In 3 years, I feel like I'm going to get married. Let me start saving now because I know life is not easy.
Do you know what life is?
You can't wake up overnight and be like, I'm broke. No, why are you saving all the time when you're not saving? When you're not making plans?
You're right. When you say that, listen,
There has to be
there's a
maturity.
way. Exactly.
There has to be maturity in your relationship.
Especially if you want to
Relationship-
grow with someone.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
So you guys are crying about, saying it's a one way, it's all about you. There has to be maturity in your relationship. You also have to understand the person that you're getting into a relationship with so that you can move forward.
How can you even have the idea to say it's real life if you help me pay for the bola?
How?
Nja, you say it's like saying it's real love if you help me pay for the ring. Then
How? People don't finish paying for it. Why? Because they think, baby, I got you. You don't have me. There's nothing you have.
You ain't got nothing.
Yeah. And then we both get conned into living together. We must save expenses. I'm trying to save. That's true.
Different situations, people isn't always not having the money. Sometimes it's just short for a little bit. I mean, can't we just get past the symbol and then I'll pay you back? Or I don't, maybe, yeah. I don't get why it's such a big deal.
My father provided for me and for my mother and for everybody else that has come. Even for people that was not his own kids, like you said, right? Because we all have to pay for everybody in our family somehow, somewhere. But, right, if I'm doing that, if my father can provide for me, you coming with that letter, with that goat.
I want to take you from your home.
You want to take me from,
Exactly.
and I need to know, remember guys, understand one thing, for us it's very different. When he comes and he does all of that, there is one question that your uncle or one of your brothers will ask, is this the man you want to marry? And you must have that answer already. You can't be out just thinking, I can't be thinking, is he going to provide for me? Is he not going to provide? No, I need to be sure of the fact that he's going to do it. So when you come for me, I'm ready.
Guys, when there's a will, there is a way. When a nigga wants you, when he wants you, he will hustle. He'll get that 20 grand, he'll get that 50K, he will get it.
You guys shouldn't complain in the relationship saying, oh no, listen, don't try and act like the man when I paid for half my.
No, that's not.
You see these girls and these double damn standards,
No,
bro.
it's not double standards.
not all families are good, and in terms of I can't come speak to you. You might tell him, listen, this is the situation with me right now. I love her, but I want to do that. Some are gonna be like, nah, bruh, you have to pay the amount. If I say, listen, I can't afford this right now, I'm gonna tell you, baby, listen, this is my situation right now. But yeah, Tanda, I love you. Wait, hold up. I love you, whatever. This is what I want to do, and this is where I want to go with you in our relationship. I want to get married. I want to do the things, but this is my situation right now. I've got a vision. I'm working on a couple of things, and this is the direction I'm going, and I'm trying to do this thing for us, baby, because it's me and you. I've got a lot of cousins and whatnot who are pulling strings this side left, right. I can't leave Malum Kulkat in the hospital because he's suffering. So I have to make a plan. But I'm making it, and it may take 1 year, it may take 5 years, but I've got a plan.
I'm working a plan. One thing that I don't like with what you guys seem to be doing is like you're making it seem as if you can't afford me right now, so you're making it seem as if your partner is gonna make you struggle alone. You're not in it alone.
No, that's why I say.
And that's what, that's it brings me back to your point. Like you have cousins, you have uncles. Speak to them. I'll speak to my people as well. But I also want to tell them, like, can you help me?
But also.
But like the thing is, if I'm your potential wife or your potential life partner, I'm not gonna leave you hanging there by yourself. You know, then why are we getting married in the first place?
But you see, that's the thing.
I'm the wrong person.
Listen, helping you means I must understand. If we used to go on vacation every 2 weeks, I'd be like, no, baby, let's cancel that. Because you need to say, if you used to buy that new return every other month, how come you don't buy that bag now? So I'm helping you. I'm not going to give you the money. I'm going to help you because I know I'm an expense in your life as it is. No, it's true. That's true.
And that's true. And what Yasmina is saying is like, okay, since I helped you pay for My Lobola, and we made a decision together, that means everything from here on in is together. You see that? Hold on. Hold on. You see that scripture where it says it's the man is the head of the house.
Exactly.
It's you and I. We're the head of the house.
Yes.
So
no, I get you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was wondering. What I was saying was I want to pay for it. But I'm not. But listen. But I'm not. Just because I'm paying it for, I'm paying the Lobola myself doesn't mean that we can't make decisions together. And I'm not saying, when I say decisions together, wait, listen, what I'm saying is decisions together doesn't mean that I'm
If I tell you, homie, take my surname, I paid for you. Does it happen, Fredo? Will you take my surname? Look, Fredo, I paid Lobola for you. I'm helping you out. Come on, Fredo. Will you take my surname?
No ways. Hell no.
You spoke, let me speak.
But I didn't finish speaking.
No, you spoke for long. Let me speak.
So now, you see the thing is that that's what she's saying. I understand. Because the thing is that there's us together. From here on in, both of us are the head.
Yes.
That's what she's saying. But hold on.
You see, but at the same time, I'm the head, so I'll make the decisions, but then those decisions will come from my wife. So my wife will have that chat in my ear where I'm like, listen, well, she'll be like, listen, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, at the same time, I will make the final decision, but that decision will only come when I have her head or her voice in my head pushing me
But that's the
forward.
submission that I was referring to.
Is that the submission you're referring to?
So we're saying the same thing.
Let me get to my point. Because I'm speaking specifically to the guys who were high-fiving and saying yes. Because when you decide, when you're the one who closed the deal, you're the one who pursues, who completes the hunt, you're the one who decides where the tribe goes. The final step where the tribe goes. The Mumishes, as soon as you have a deputy and a vice, the vice must agree.
Don't even vice the co.
Even if, you understand what I'm saying? Even if it's that means you cannot, that's what she even specifically said, you cannot come here and start to say, me, I'm the man. Because you weren't the man when it came to pay. Other guys are rebelling because women are rebelling. They say, why must I pay when women are starting to make their own money? And then she's gonna chat back to me. And then
Number one, the biggest problem here, for you to be the man means to have power. But now they're sexist. Woman, female. What? Okay, wait. In a relationship, like, look here, we spoke about the other week, we spoke about if a guy owns more than you.
We're not in the same WhatsApp group.
What? We're on the same WhatsApp group? Okay, so listen. I'm not even trying to listen to you.
Let him learn.
Let's see what's happening in that group.
Okay, a lot of things, right? First of all, like with Harmony, what you're saying about the things that you want to give thanks to the family by paying them back, giving back in terms of wealth. I understand that's a good thing, but you can be grateful to a family other than materialistic things. Okay. What? No, you can.
It was very hostile. I think I felt it a little bit when Yas was on some, you a bitch now because you're right?
That's your life.
So my point is, I like a little bit of what Jess is saying, even though I don't bang with it completely, but let's say your average Lobola is how much, guys? If you
We don't know. We don't know. We haven't
You know what to say.
We don't check on the Lobola app.
No,
Let's throw a number.
Hear me out.
Ladies, please throw a number.
Let's say 20,000.
20,000.
20,000.
I'm priceless.
I'm just a guy. So let's just redefine the question because earlier on our Tanzanite said we're a little bit short. Huh? We're bringing the questions across wrong. So, I have 15,000.
15,000.
You need 20,000.
No.
You still not willing to just let me get this out? No. And then later on I'll give it to you back. And I'll be not equal. It's because
Imagine a guy comes to marry your little sister and he's like, but then like, can I talk to you?
That's a whole other thing.
I'll come back 10,000 next week. What will your father say?
Whole other thing.
You think your father will be like, yeah, sure. You want me 10,000?
Yeah, no problem.
No! You will hustle to go get the okay, you will hustle. And you will get it. Hustle says a lot about your character. Whatever happens, you never let you down that relationship. You're gonna hustle.
Guys, there's so many things in African culture that you guys actually compromise on. But the fact you won't compromise on paying money, one aspect, it defeats you. You guys don't do it. You guys ain't capable of doing it.
Nothing. You will not see me. Nothing.
The thing is now, imagine now we start with 1 cent. I'm paying for Lobola. It starts with 1 cent.
Okay.
That's how it all begins. Didn't you hear half of the girls were saying, even if I pay 1 cent, I will disrespect you.
You can do
But you have to what? Because at the end of the day, when we're in a marriage together, and something, let's say that happens after we get married, I'm going to be with you 110% all the time. I'm going to stand and say, my family's going to say, oh, your husband, I'm there.
I think what they're trying to say is that it's also almost a test. Can you follow through with what you know?
Yeah.
And following through means going to completion and closing the deal. How are you closing the deal?
This guy's a double